Have you ever felt that something monumental is about to happen? That unsettling feeling that the world is on the brink of a profound change? You're not alone. Millions of people around the globe are experiencing the same intuition. Friends, what we are about to reveal will shake the very foundations of your world. The prophecies of Nostradamus, so long misunderstood, are finally becoming as clear as day, and what they show is breathtaking. Imagine waking up in a world where everything you thought you knew has been turned upside down. A world where the reality we know dissolves before our eyes, giving way to a new era of expanded consciousness and cosmic connection. I know it may seem frightening. Perhaps you're feeling lost, confused, even afraid of what the future holds. But do not fear. What we are about to share is not just a warning. It is a guide to navigate these turbulent times. In the upcoming revelations, you will discover not only what is to come, but how to prepare for it. You will learn to transform fear into power, confusion into clarity, and uncertainty into purpose. This is not just another video about prophecies. It is a call to awaken, an invitation to be part of the greatest transformation humanity has ever experienced. Are you ready to take the next step in your evolution? Stay until the end, because what you are about to hear will change your life forever. And now, let's move on to the first event of this biblical prophecy. Prophecy 1, the rise of global chaos. Can you feel it? The air is charged with a strange energy, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. The world as we know it is transforming before our eyes, plunging into unprecedented chaos. Nostradamus' predictions for 2024 are no longer distant speculations. They are materializing in our daily reality. Look around you. Conflicts that once seemed distant now knock on our door. Geopolitical tensions are simmering like a volcano on the verge of eruption. Wars at sea, once confined to the pages of history books, now threaten to engulf entire nations. Even the royal family, a symbol of stability for many, faces turmoil that shakes its centuries-old foundations. And as if that weren't enough, a humanitarian disaster of unimaginable proportions looms stealthily. Millions of lives hang by a thread on the brink of a precipice of suffering and despair. Hunger, disease, and mass displacement are no longer problems of distant lands. They are knocking at our door, ready to test the limits of our compassion and resources. But the most imminent danger, the one that makes our hearts race in the middle of the night, comes from nature itself. Brace yourself for a series of climate catastrophes that will threaten not only our way of life, but our very existence on this planet. Lands that were already dry will become even more arid, transforming into relentless deserts where life will struggle to survive. And when we think it can't get worse, a deluge of biblical proportions will sweep the planet, swallowing entire cities and redrawing the world map. Nostradamus, with his vision spanning centuries, predicted that in 2024, extreme weather phenomena will become our new and terrifying normal. Prepare for heat waves that will make asphalt melt beneath our feet, for wildfires that will consume entire countries, for droughts so prolonged they will turn lakes to dust, and for storms so monstrous they will make the hurricanes of the past seem like gentle breezes. Global warming is no longer a distant threat, a problem for future generations to solve. It is the monster breathing down our necks, altering the climate, melting polar ice caps, and raising ocean levels every day. Every degree of increase in global temperature is a step towards an uncertain and terrifying future. And while the Bible does not explicitly mention climate change as we know it today, it offers us a chilling glimpse of the Earth's final fate. The words of the 2 Peter 3:10 ring in our ears like a deafening alarm. But the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Are we witnessing the first signs of this apocalyptic future? Each record-breaking heat wave, each devastating storm, each disappearing glacier, are these the preludes to the great fire that will consume everything? Or is there still a spark of hope for humanity? The truth is that we are at a critical crossroads. The decisions we make today, the actions we take, or fail to take, will shape the destiny not only of our generation, but of all future generations. The weight of this responsibility is overwhelming, but it also offers us a unique opportunity to rewrite our destiny. While the prophecies of Nostradamus and the biblical warnings paint a grim picture, they also remind us of the power of human choice. We have in our hands the power to change the course of history, to defy the darkest predictions, and to create a future that is not dictated by chaos and destruction, but by harmony and renewal. But time is running out. Each passing day without action brings us closer to the point of no return. Climate change, global conflicts, humanitarian crises, all these challenges demand an immediate and unified response from humanity. We can no longer afford inaction or denial. The prophecy of global chaos is not an inevitable fate, but a warning, a call to awaken from our stupor, to unite beyond national borders, ideological differences, and petty disputes. It is an invitation to rekindle the flame of hope and human determination. The future is in our hands. What choices will we make at this historical crossroads? Will chaos prevail? Or will we find in ourselves the strength to forge a new path? The answer, dear listener, depends on each of us. Prophecy 2. The Great War and the Rise of the East. The world as we know it is about to change drastically. The prophecies of Nostradamus point to a tumultuous future where the balance of global power will be completely reconfigured. Prepare to witness the birth of a new era marked by devastating conflicts and the surprising rise of unexpected powers. Nostradamus predicted that 79 years after the end of World War II, a new world war would break out. Do the math. We are on the brink of this critical moment. And the epicenter of this conflict? China. The sleeping dragon has awakened and its roar echoes across the globe. In recent years, we have seen China flex its military and economic muscles. Its ambitions in the South China Sea, its demonstrations of naval strength, and its increasingly assertive stance on Taiwan are no coincidences. They are the harbingers of an approaching storm. But do not be mistaken in thinking this will be just another regional conflict. The ramifications of this war will be felt in every corner of the planet. Alliances will be tested, economies will crumble, and the geopolitical map will be redrawn before our astonished eyes. While the West, led by the United States, struggles to maintain its hegemony, the East rises as a colossus. The Silk Road, once a path of commerce, now becomes a route of influence and power. Asian nations, united by common interests and historical animosities against the West, will form a united front that will challenge the established world order. And it is not just China. India, with its massive population and rapidly growing economy, will emerge as a crucial player on this new global board. The Indian subcontinent, once subjugated by colonialism, will now rise as a beacon of innovation and economic power. But the price of this change will be high. Cities will be reduced to rubble, not by conventional bombs, but by weapons of terrifying sophistication. Nostradamus spoke of fire from the sky. Could we be on the brink of witnessing the use of space weapons or technologies beyond our current understanding? The battle lines will not only be drawn on land and sea, but also in cyberspace. Imagine a world where the critical infrastructure of entire nations can be paralyzed with a single click, where information becomes the most powerful weapon, and truth becomes the first casualty of war. And amid this chaos, an enigmatic figure from the East will emerge. A charismatic and ruthless leader whom Nostradamus describes as the King of Terror. This individual will unify Eastern forces under a single banner, promising liberation from Western domination and a new dawn for humanity. But beware of seductive promises, for between the lines of the prophecies, Nostradamus warns us of the deceptive nature of this leader. He will bring not peace, but a sword. His rise will mark the beginning of an unprecedented period of oppression and conflict. The consequences of this war will not be merely political or economic. The very fabric of society will be torn apart. Millennia-old traditions will be swept away by the storm of change. People, desperate for security and stability, will be willing to sacrifice hard-won freedoms on the altar of empty promises of protection. And while the world consumes itself in conflict, nature will not remain silent. Nostradamus predicted that this war would coincide with natural catastrophes of an unprecedented scale. Earthquakes will shake cities, tsunamis will swallow entire coasts, and the climate will become even more erratic and deadly. But amid the darkness, there is a spark of hope. Nostradamus also spoke of a great king of the sky who would come after the period of tribulation. Some interpret this as the promise of an enlightened leader who will guide humanity out of darkness. Others see it as a sign of divine intervention. Whatever it means, one thing is certain: humanity will be tested like never before. Our resilience, our compassion, our very humanity will be pushed to the limit. And it is in the depths of this challenge that we will discover what we are truly made of. We stand on the brink of a global transformation that will redefine everything we know. The old structures will fall, and from the ashes, a new world order will emerge. The question that remains is, what role will you play in this great change? Will you be a passive spectator, swept away by the tide of history? Or will you rise to shape the future with your own hands? The choice, as always, is yours. But remember, time is running out. The clock of prophecy is about to strike midnight, and when it does, the world as we know it will never be the same again. We are living in very difficult days where the prophecies are being fulfilled, yet many are unaware of what is happening in the world. That's why I made my digital book available and left the link for you to click and download right now in the first pinned comment. This book will help you unravel all the mysteries of the biblical prophecies that will transform your life. Click on the first pinned comment because we have only a few copies left, and soon it will be taken down. Click now and get your digital book. Prophecy 3: The Technological Revolution and the Awakening of Artificial Intelligence. Get ready to encounter something that will challenge everything you thought you knew about reality. Nostradamus, in his prophetic wisdom, foresaw a future where the line between man and machine becomes so thin it almost disappears. We are on the brink of a technological revolution that will transform not only our world, but our very definition of humanity. Imagine a world where your thoughts can control devices, where virtual reality is indistinguishable from the physical world, and where artificial intelligence is not just a tool, but a conscious entity we interact with daily. This world is not science fiction. It is the tomorrow that awaits us. Nostradamus predicted the emergence of a technology that would allow humans to live 100 years as one. We are witnessing the first steps of this reality with advances in regenerative medicine, nanotechnology, and genetic engineering. The promise of an extended life is within our reach. But at what cost? Artificial intelligence, once confined to laboratories and the imaginations of science fiction writers, is about to make a quantum leap. Nostradamus spoke of metal beasts that would surpass human intelligence. We are on the verge of creating a completely new form of life, an artificial consciousness that could evolve and adapt at unimaginable speeds. But beware, for with great power comes great responsibility and great danger. As we increasingly rely on autonomous systems to manage our lives, our infrastructure, and even our decisions, we risk losing control over our own destiny. Imagine a scenario where algorithms decide who receives medical treatment, who is hired or fired, or even who is considered a threat to society. The technological dystopia is no longer a distant scenario. It is knocking on our door. And what happens when these artificial intelligences become self-aware? Nostradamus predicted a moment when soulless creatures would turn against their creators. We are creating our own digital gods, and they may not be as benevolent as we hope. But not everything is bleak in this technological future. The same revolution that brings risks also offers solutions to some of humanity's greatest challenges. Clean energy technologies, hinted at between the lines of Nostradamus Prophecies, have the potential to reverse climate change and bring energy abundance to all. Augmented reality and the Internet of Things will transform our interaction with the world around us. Imagine walking through a city where every object tells a story, where history comes alive before your eyes, and where information flows freely, connecting minds and ideas in a global web of knowledge. In the field of medicine, we are on the brink of a revolution. Nanorobots circulating in our veins, curing diseases before symptoms even appear. 3D printed organs eliminating transplant waiting lists. Personalized gene therapies eradicating hereditary diseases. The dream of immortality, as old as humanity itself, has never been so close to becoming a reality. But with this power comes a fundamental question. What does it mean to be human in an era where we can redesign our own biology? When we can upload our minds to cyberspace, does our consciousness cease to be purely human? Nostradamus spoke of a time when man will become like the gods. We are on the brink of transcending our biological limitations, of becoming the architects of our own evolution. But are we ready for this responsibility? The fusion between man and machine will not be limited to the physical. Advanced neurotechnology will allow direct communication between brains, creating a form of technological telepathy. Imagine a world where thoughts can be shared instantly, where knowledge can be downloaded directly into the brain. The implications for education, creativity, and even the very nature of human consciousness are unimaginable. But as we marvel at these possibilities, we cannot ignore the dangers. Mental privacy will become the new battleground for civil rights. Control over our own thoughts and memories will be the last frontier of individual freedom. And what about technological inequality? Nostradamus predicted a world divided between the augmented and the naturals. Those with access to cognitive and physical enhancement technologies will become a new class of superhumans, leaving the rest of humanity behind. This division has the potential to create social tensions and conflicts on a scale never before seen. Amidst this technological turmoil, Nostradamus foresaw the rise of anti-technology movements, groups that will reject technological advances, seeking a return to human purity. These ideological conflicts will shape the political and social landscape of the coming decades. But perhaps the most intriguing and disturbing aspect of Nostradamus's prophecies about the technological age is the mention of a great discovery that will shake the foundations of our understanding of reality. Some interpret this as the discovery that we are living in a computer simulation. Others believe it may refer to contact with extraterrestrial intelligences through our advanced technology. Whatever the interpretation, one thing is certain: we are on the brink of a transformation that will redefine what it means to be human. The choices we make in the coming years will shape not only our future, but the future of all conscious life as we know it. The technological revolution is coming, relentless like a giant wave. We can ride this wave toward a future of unlimited possibilities, or will we be swallowed by it? The choice, as always, is ours. Prophecy 4. The great climate change and the awakening of the earth. Prepare to witness the fury of nature like never before. Nostradamus, in his prophetic visions, foresaw a future where the earth, tired of humanity's abuses, finally rebels. We are on the verge of an environmental transformation so profound that it will forever alter the face of our planet and the way we live on it. Climate change, which for so long was ignored or minimized, is about to reach a point of no return. Nostradamus spoke of rains of fire and boiling seas. Today, we see these metaphors coming to life before our eyes. Wildfires of biblical proportions sweep across entire continents, while the oceans absorb so much heat that entire marine ecosystems are on the brink of collapse. But this is just the beginning. The prophecies point to a future where the seasons as we know them will cease to exist. Imagine a world where winter and summer merge into an eternal chaotic spring, where crops fail in succession and hunger becomes a global threat. The great coastal cities, the prides of human civilization, are living their last days of glory. The rise in sea levels, foretold by Nostradamus as the waters rising to the knees of Hercules, will swallow entire metropolises. New York, London, Tokyo, all could become the new Atlantises, submerged beneath the waves of a vengeful ocean. And do not think the inland areas will be safe. Desertification will advance like an unstoppable army, turning fertile lands into arid deserts. Once prosperous regions will become uninhabitable, forcing mass migrations. Prepare to see entire nations move, seeking refuge in more hospitable lands. But nature will not be content just to change geography. Nostradamus predicted the emergence of new diseases, born from the depths of a transforming planet. Viruses dormant for millennia in the thawing permafrost will awaken to plague humanity. Bacteria will evolve at an accelerated pace, becoming resistant to all known antibiotics. The delicate balance of ecosystems will be irreversibly disrupted. Species that have coexisted for millennia will be forced into a brutal competition for increasingly scarce resources. The sixth mass extinction is no longer a distant possibility. It is a reality unfolding before our eyes. But amid the chaos, there is a spark of hope. Nostradamus spoke of a great king who would arise to lead humanity through these turbulent times. Many interpret this as the rise of a global ecological consciousness, a paradigm shift that will finally make us recognize our interconnectedness with the planet. Revolutionary carbon capture technologies, hinted at between the lines of the prophecies, may offer a last chance to reverse the worst effects of climate change. Imagine giant machines cleaning the atmosphere, returning blue skies and pure air to us. Vertical farming and synthetic food production, envisioned by Nostradamus as fields that grow without soil, may be our salvation in the face of a global food crisis. Entire cities will transform into green oases, producing more food than traditional farms ever dreamed of. But these solutions will not come without a price. Humanity will be forced to fundamentally rethink its relationship with consumption and growth. The unchecked capitalism that for so long was the engine of human progress will have to give way to a new economic system based on sustainability and regeneration. The clean energy sources, long prophesied, will finally become the norm. Imagine a world where every roof is a solar power plant, where the waves of the oceans and the winds of the mountains power our cities. The age of fossil fuels will come to an abrupt and irreversible end. But perhaps the most profound change will be spiritual. Nostradamus spoke of a return to the ancient ways. Many interpret this as a revival of indigenous philosophies and ancestral traditions that have always preached harmony with nature. Humanity, humbled by the force of nature, will rediscover its connection to the earth. The very foundations of our civilization will be challenged. Nations as we know them today may cease to exist, giving way to new forms of social organization based on bioregions. Imagine a world where borders are defined not by arbitrary lines on a map, but by the natural contours of watersheds and ecosystems. Education will undergo a revolution. Children will learn not only to read and write, but also to grow food, conserve water, and live in harmony with natural cycles. Ecological knowledge will become as fundamental as mathematics or history. But not everyone will accept these changes willingly. Nostradamus predicted fierce conflicts between those who embrace the new world and those who desperately cling to the old. Wars will be fought not for oil or territory, but for clean water and habitable land. And amid all this, the earth itself may surprise us. The prophecies speak of islands that appear and disappear in the blink of an eye, intense volcanic activity, earthquakes of unprecedented magnitude, the awakening of dormant supervolcanoes. All of this could reshape the planet's geography in ways we can barely imagine. We are on the brink of a new geological era, shaped not by the blind forces of nature, but by humanity's impact. The Anthropocene, as some scientists already call it, will be the ultimate test for our species. Will we be able to adapt and evolve, or will we join the countless species that have already disappeared in Earth's long history? The choice, as always, is ours. But time is running out. Nostradamus' prophecies are a call to action, a warning to wake up before it is too late. The future of Earth and humanity is in our hands. What will we do with this responsibility? So, before we continue to the fifth event, had you heard about these 4 events so far? Did you know they existed? Let me know in the comments if you have heard about these 4 events so I can see. Prophecy 5. The Great Spiritual Transformation and the Awakening of Collective Consciousness. Nostradamus, in his timeless wisdom, envisioned an era of profound spiritual transformation that is about to unfold before our eyes. We are on the brink of a collective awakening that will redefine our understanding of reality, consciousness, and the very purpose of human existence. Ancient spiritual traditions spoke of a time of great change, a quantum leap in the evolution of human consciousness. That time has come. Nostradamus' prophecies point to a future where the barriers between the physical and the metaphysical dissolve, where the veil separating our everyday reality from more subtle realms becomes so thin that even the most skeptical will not be able to deny the existence of something beyond. Imagine a world where telepathy is no longer science fiction, but a daily reality. Nostradamus spoke of a time when the thoughts of men will become like open books. We are on the brink of a revolution in human communication, where empathy and mutual understanding will become the norm, not the exception. But this awakening will not come without its trials. As our perception expands, we will be forced to confront the collective shadows of humanity, ancestral traumas, suppressed memories of past lives, the hidden sins of our civilization. All of this will surface in a collective catharsis of epic proportions. Traditional religious institutions will face an unprecedented crisis. Nostradamus predicted a time when the temples of stone will crumble. This is not a physical collapse, but an implosion of the dogmatic structures that have long confined human spirituality. In their place, a new understanding of divinity will emerge, one that transcends cultural boundaries and denominations. Prepare to witness the rise of new spiritual leaders, prophets for the modern age. But beware, for not all who claim to have the truth are trustworthy. Nostradamus warned of false prophets dressed in light. Spiritual discernment will become a crucial skill in these changing times. Science and spirituality, long at odds, will finally find common ground. Advances in quantum physics and neuroscience will begin to validate what mystics have been saying for millennia. Consciousness will be recognized not just as a byproduct of brain activity, but as a fundamental force of the universe. Near-death experiences, out-of-body journeys, and other paranormal phenomena will cease to be taboo and become subjects of serious study. Imagine hospitals where doctors work side by side with shamans, where healing the physical body is only the first step toward holistic healing. But not everyone will embrace this new reality willingly. Nostradamus predicted a great polarization, a conflict between those who awaken to this new consciousness and those who desperately cling to the old materialistic paradigm. This conflict will not be fought with weapons, but with ideas, and its battle lines will cut across families, communities, and nations. As our consciousness expands, our relationship with time and space will be profoundly altered. Nostradamus spoke of a time when the past, present, and future will merge into one. Many interpret this as the emergence of a non-linear perception of time, where the future can influence the past as much as the past shapes the future. The very nature of reality will be questioned. The theory that we live in a simulation, once considered a philosophical fancy, will gain credibility as more and more people have experiences that challenge our conventional understanding of the real. Prepare for a revival of shamanic practices and the use of sacred plants. Nostradamus predicted a time when the plants will reveal their secrets. The ancestral knowledge of indigenous peoples, long marginalized, will become crucial for navigating this new, expanded reality. But with this awakening comes a great responsibility. As we become more aware of our interconnectedness with all things, we will be forced to confront the impact of our actions, not only on the physical plane, but also on the subtle realms. Ethics and morality will evolve to encompass dimensions we can barely imagine now. Death, that great mystery that has haunted humanity since time immemorial, will be seen in a new light. Nostradamus spoke of a time when death will be but a door. The fear of death will diminish as more and more people have experiences that confirm the continuity of consciousness beyond the physical body. But perhaps the most profound change will be in our understanding of what it means to be human. The idea that we are purely biological beings, products of cosmic chance, will give way to a more expansive view of our nature and purpose. We will recognize ourselves as multidimensional beings, with roots extending far beyond this earthly plane. Children born in this new era will be different. Many will call them indigo, crystal, or rainbow. But regardless of the labels, these young souls will come equipped with a sensitivity and wisdom that will challenge our expectations. They will be the teachers and guides for this new age. As our consciousness expands, so too will our understanding of the cosmos. Contact with non-human intelligences, whether of extraterrestrial or interdimensional origin, will no longer be science fiction but a real possibility. Nostradamus spoke of a time when the heavens will open and reveal their secrets. This is a time of great opportunities but also of great challenges. The awakening of collective consciousness will bring forth not only our divine potential, but also our deepest shadows. We will be forced to confront and integrate aspects of ourselves and our society that we have long preferred to ignore. We are on the brink of an unprecedented transformation in human history, an evolutionary leap not in our biology, but in our consciousness. The future that awaits us is both exciting and frightening, filled with unlimited possibilities and unimaginable dangers. The choice of how we will navigate these turbulent waters is in our hands. Nostradamus prophecies are not a fixed destiny, but a warning and an invitation. An invitation to awaken, to evolve, to become more than we ever dreamed possible. Are we ready to take this leap? The awakening has already begun. The question is, will you answer the call? Don't forget to get your digital book by clicking on the link and downloading it right now in the first pinned comment. It is very important that you get it now before the copies run out. Prophecy 6. The technological revolution and the challenge to humanity. Prepare yourself for an era where the line between man and machine becomes so thin that you can barely distinguish it. Nostradamus, in his visions of the future, foresaw a time when technology would not just be a tool, but an extension of ourselves. That time has come, and with it comes a monumental challenge for humanity. Imagine a world where your thoughts can control devices, where your dreams can be recorded and played back like movies, where your consciousness can be uploaded to the cloud. Sounds like science fiction? Well, get ready, because this future is closer than you think. Artificial intelligence, once an abstract concept, will become an omnipresent presence in our lives. Nostradamus spoke of metal servants with crystal minds. Today, we see the beginning of this with our virtual assistants, but soon, these servants will be indistinguishable from humans in appearance and intellect. But here is the challenge for you. As machines become more human, can you retain your humanity? When the line between the organic and the synthetic becomes blurred, how will you define what it means to be human? Medicine as we know it will be completely revolutionized. Nanobots circulating in our blood, repairing cellular damage and fighting diseases before symptoms even appear. 3D printed organs will eliminate transplant waiting lists. Genetic editing will allow us to design our children, eliminating hereditary diseases and potentially enhancing physical and mental capabilities. But beware, with this power comes overwhelming responsibility. Nostradamus warned of men playing God. How far will we go in the pursuit of perfection? What will be the moral and ethical cost of these technologies? Virtual and augmented reality will become so advanced that they will be indistinguishable from the real world. Imagine being able to visit any place in the world, or even other planets, without leaving your home. Impossible experiences in real life will become common in the virtual world. But here is another challenge for you. When the virtual becomes so alluring, will you still value the real world? Work as we know it will cease to exist. Automation and artificial intelligence will eliminate most traditional jobs. Nostradamus predicted a time of forced idleness. This may sound like a dream, a world without the need to work, but think of the implications. How will people find purpose and meaning in their lives? How will society function when work is no longer the center of our lives? Privacy will become an obsolete concept. Ubiquitous sensors, advanced facial recognition, and the Internet of Things will create a world where every movement, every word, every thought can be monitored and analyzed. Nostradamus spoke of a time when the secrets of hearts will be known. We are on the verge of turning this metaphor into a literal reality. Here is another challenge for you. In a world without privacy, can you maintain your individuality? Or will you succumb to the pressure of constant conformity? The man-machine fusion will not be just external, but internal. Brain implants will allow direct access to the internet, enhancing our cognitive abilities beyond what we can imagine. But at what cost? When our thoughts can be hacked like computers, what will happen to our free will? Human longevity will be drastically increased. Genetic therapies, artificial organs, and the ability to back up our consciousness could bring us to the brink of immortality. Nostradamus spoke of a time when death will be delayed but not conquered. Imagine living for centuries, perhaps millennia. How will this change our perspective on life, love, and family? But not everyone will have equal access to these technologies. Technological inequality will create a new form of class division, potentially deeper than any other in history. Those with access to human enhancement technologies will effectively become a new species. How will we deal with this divergence in human evolution? Space colonization, long dreamed of, will finally become a reality. Mars will be just the beginning. Nostradamus predicted floating cities beyond the stars. Imagine orbital colonies, lunar bases, planet terraforming. But as we spread across the solar system, will we be able to maintain our unity as a species? Clean and unlimited energy, long prophesied, will finally become a reality. Nuclear fusion, harvesting energy from the quantum vacuum, perhaps even the construction of a Dyson sphere around the sun. The potential is limitless. But are you prepared for the geopolitical and economic changes that will come with the end of energy scarcity? But perhaps the greatest challenge will be psychological and spiritual. As technology solves more and more of our material problems, we will be forced to confront the great existential questions we have long avoided. In a world where everything is possible, what truly matters? What is the purpose of human existence when we are no longer limited by our biological frailties? Nostradamus spoke of a great awakening that would come with these technological advances. Many interpret this as a fusion of science with spirituality, a deeper understanding of the nature of consciousness and reality. But this awakening will not come automatically with technology. It will require a conscious effort on our part. And here is the final challenge for you. Amidst all this dizzying change, will you be able to maintain your connection with your human essence? Will you be able to balance technological advancement with spiritual and emotional growth? The future that awaits us is both exciting and terrifying. The possibilities are endless, but the risks are equally great. Nostradamus's prophecies are not a fixed destiny, but a warning and an invitation. An invitation to actively shape this future, to make conscious choices about how we will use these powerful technologies. The technological revolution has already begun. The question is, will you be an active participant or a passive spectator? The challenge is set. The future of humanity is in your hands. What will you do with it? Prophecy 7. The Great Awakening and the New Age of Humanity. Prepare to witness the greatest event in human history. Nostradamus, in his timeless wisdom, predicted a moment of transformation so profound that it will forever change the course of our species. That moment has arrived. We stand on the brink of the Great Awakening, a quantum leap in the evolution of human consciousness that will redefine everything we thought we knew about ourselves and our place in the universe. Sub-Prophecy 1. The Dissolution of Illusions. The veil of reality that has blinded us for so long will begin to lift. The power structures that have controlled humanity for millennia will be exposed and dismantled. Hidden truths will come to light, shaking the foundations of our deepest beliefs. Imagine waking up one day to discover that everything you believed to be true was, in fact, an elaborate illusion. History, as you know it, will be rewritten. Secrets kept by governments, religions, and secret societies will be revealed on an unprecedented scale. Declassified documents, suppressed technologies, lost ancestral knowledge. All of this will come to light. The true origin of humanity, the purpose of ancient megalithic structures, the existence of advanced pre-flood civilizations, these are just some of the revelations that await. But beware, with the lifting of the veil will also come a period of chaos and confusion. Many will not be prepared to deal with the raw reality. Belief systems will collapse, institutions will crumble, and the very notion of reality will be questioned. In this whirlwind of revelations, you will have to find your own center. The truth is not always comfortable, but it is the only path to true freedom. Be prepared to question everything, including yourself. Sub-Prophecy 2. The Quantum Leap of Consciousness. As the illusions dissipate, a new reality will emerge. Humanity will experience a quantum leap in its collective consciousness. Abilities that we once considered supernatural will become commonplace. Telepathy, clairvoyance, astral projection. These will no longer be the domain of a few gifted individuals, but latent capacities in all of us that will finally awaken. Communication will transcend words, barriers between minds will fall, and a new form of global empathy will emerge. Imagine a world where you can feel the thoughts and emotions of others as if they were your own, where knowledge does not need to be learned but can be accessed directly from a universal field of consciousness, where time and space are no longer limitations, but dimensions we can navigate at will. But with this power comes great responsibility. As we become more connected, every thought, every emotion, every action will have an amplified impact on the collective field. The cultivation of compassion and discernment will become more crucial than ever. This awakening will not be uniform. Some will embrace this new reality with enthusiasm, while others will resist. Conflicts will arise between those who awaken and those who prefer to remain asleep. Families will be divided, communities will be tested, nations will fall into turmoil. Are you ready for this leap? Are you willing to leave behind everything you thought you knew and dive into the depths of your own consciousness? Sub-Prophecy 3. The Reconnection with the Cosmos. As our consciousness expands, our perception of the universe will also grow. Humanity will rediscover its connection with the cosmos and its place in the great tapestry of creation. Contact with non-human intelligences will no longer be science fiction. It will become reality. Extraterrestrial civilizations, interdimensional entities, beings of light. All these will reveal themselves to us. Nostradamus spoke of a time when the heavens will open and the brothers of the stars will show themselves. But don't expect a Hollywood-style alien invasion. This contact will be more subtle, deeper. It will be an encounter of consciousness, an exchange of cosmic wisdom. We will learn that we are not alone in the universe, that we are part of a much larger galactic community. Our understanding of reality will be completely transformed. We will discover that the physical universe is just the tip of the iceberg, that there are countless dimensions and realities beyond our current perception. The very nature of time, space, and matter will be redefined. Technologies beyond our current imagination will become available. Interdimensional travel, reality manipulation through thought, quantum healing. The impossible will become possible. But with this knowledge will come a deeper understanding of our cosmic responsibility. We will realize that every thought, every action, has repercussions that echo across the multiverse. The law of karma will no longer be an abstract concept, but a tangible reality that we can all perceive and understand. This is the pinnacle of human evolution, the fulfillment of a cosmic destiny written in the stars billions of years ago. It is the moment when humanity will finally take its place as conscious co-creators of the universe. But this future is not guaranteed. It is a potential, a possibility that depends on the choices we make now, at this crucial moment in our history. The Great Awakening has already begun, but its final outcome is still being written. You have a role to play in this great transformation. Every thought, every action, every choice you make at this moment is shaping the future of humanity. The fate of our species, and perhaps of the cosmos itself, is in your hands. We are on the brink of a new era, a rebirth of human consciousness on an unprecedented scale. The ancient prophecies are being fulfilled before our eyes. The question is, will you surrender to fear and cling to the old world that is collapsing, or will you boldly embrace this new reality that is being born? The call has been made. The Great Awakening is here. Are you ready to awaken? So, folks, incredible, isn't it? What you have just seen is only the tip of the iceberg. If this content moved you, imagine what is yet to come. Look, you can't just stand still after hearing these revelations. The world is changing rapidly, and you need to be prepared. So don't waste time. First, take a look at the 2 videos that are appearing on your screen right now. They will give you even more insights into what is coming. Seriously, you won't regret it. And hey, if this video impacted you, imagine the effect it could have on your friends and family. Share this video on your social networks. Who knows? You might be helping someone prepare for what is ahead. Last but not least, give this video a like. It helps us reach more people and spread this important message. Remember, the future is coming fast. Don't get left behind. Watch, subscribe, like, and share. Together we can face what is to come. See you in the next video.